If you want to know what's happening in Bangalore, grab a copy of the Weekly Observer, a publication of the Indian Institute of Journalism and New Media, a premier journalism school in India.
Welcome back. Cervical cancer becomes a new killer on the block. Medical experts point to the need for cheaper vaccines for rural poor. Debelina Chakrabarti brings us more on this story.
Cervical cancer is a sexually transmitted disease, but preventable as well as curable if it is detected early. The cause of the disease is HPV virus, and vaccine called Cervix are also available in the market. However, priced at around Rs 3,300 per vial, they are much too expensive for many.
Be in the immunization schedule, but the immunization schedule, the cost effectiveness is not there, so it cannot be done by the government at present. We were also proposing from the international people to make it as a $5 to reach the country.
More than 72,000 women are affected with cervical cancer in India, especially in rural areas due to lack of awareness.
I cannot say the increase, it is not decreased, that is our concern. They say that it is decreased in the metro compared to the breast, but it is not so. Taken to the rural, where there is no program, it is still high.
Initial examination of the cervix at rural level are done by the primary health centers, and then these patients are sent for pap smear test in city government hospitals.
Director of Health and the Director of State Family Welfare Services were passing the buck in each other's court whether they should include the cervical cancer vaccine in the immunization schedule. This is Debelina Chakrabarti for IIJNM News.
HIV/AIDS patients are going to private laboratories for their blood test, even though the government provides them this facility free of cost at government hospitals. HIV/AIDS counsellor Venugopal says that due to the fear of revelation of their disease in society, these patients do not turn up at general hospitals. Some patients complain that government hospitals delay the blood test reports. However, government laboratories say their testing standards are much higher than that of private laboratories.
An improvement in the job opportunities for the disabled is seen due to vocational training, computer education, etc. provided by different NGOs. However, lack of awareness and less time allotted to the training programs prove a hindrance to their training. Officials say that if there is more awareness and if local institutions are also prepared to help train the disabled, then a lot can be achieved in terms of training these people. But only time will tell the change it brings in society.
Though the BBMP claims to have acquired landfill sites to process solid waste, much of it is just on paper. Akila Premachandran reports.
The BBMP has identified many landfill sites in the outskirts of the city for effective disposal of solid waste.
We have 5 scientific landfills, one is Mandur, Mavalipura.
But the Pollution Control Board says that many of them are not functional.
The BBMP authorities has identified the sites, they are not practicing, for the reason being the public agitation.
According to Controller and Auditor General's report of 2008, Bangalore used to generate 3,000 tons of solid waste, but it had facility to dispose only 20% of it. BBMP claims that the capacity has increased to almost 90%. But due to protest of people, inflow of waste has been stopped in various scientific landfill sites. One of the ways to prevent this is to implement buffer zones around the landfill sites.
But this is required by the Municipal Solid Waste Management Laws. It is all practiced everywhere. Akila Premachandran for IIJNM.
Coming up next, illegal small-scale textile units dump untreated waste within city limits. KCDC makes profit out of garbage.
If you want to know what's happening in Bangalore, grab a copy of the Weekly Observer, a publication of the Indian Institute of Journalism and New Media, a premier journalism school in India.
Welcome back. The recent heavy rains in Karnataka have damaged the newly planted sugarcane crops, resulting in a loss of about 29 lakh tons of sugarcane production. Government has announced 4,000 rupees as compensation to affected farmers. Agricultural Officer of the Commercial Crops Department, Bangalore, anticipates the price of sugar and sugar products going up this year.
Karnataka Compost Development Corporation has managed to earn an annual profit of 4 lakhs by selling organic manure recycled from waste. Suppliers of manure are of the view that the demand is more than the supply. Moreover, KCDC feels setting up more organizations for organic farming would benefit all.
Dealing with non-standard number plates has become a nuisance for police while handling hit-and-run accident cases.
Vehicles in Bangalore city are not conforming to the specifications for license plate laid down by the Regional Transport Office.
It should be within the radius of RTO limits. It should not be excess, and also they should not be put in lavishly and modern type and design and all. It should not be there.
Number plates are supposed to follow the guidelines, including the provision that if the plate is in Kannada, it should be mentioned in English too.
तो कस्टमर थोड़ा डिजाइन पूछते हैं ना, हम तो आरटीओ के हिसाब से बोलते हैं, वो आके नहीं हमको रिचार्ज फाइन बनेगा तो थोड़ा 4-5 सेट्स जाता है। ये मिडिल प्लेट आरटीओ का हिसाब से है और ये इलीगल है, इसको फाइन लगाता पुलिस वाला।
Fancy numbering in fonts of all shapes and sizes makes it difficult for the police to keep track of the vehicles in case of accidents and thefts. Sometimes the local public is also unaware of specifications. This is a high security registration plate. Its unique feature is that it's tamper proof, leaving no scope for variations. Notifications to make it compulsory are still long overdue since 1st June 2005. Mr. Vijay Vikram, Joint Commissioner of Transport Department, refused to comment.
The RTO and police should make sure that all the rules are adhered to and all the vehicles come up with proper number plates. This is Shraddha Mohanty reporting for IIJNM News.
A recent report by the State Pollution Control Board says illegal small-scale textile units dump untreated chemical waste within city limits. Most of these units do not follow effluent treatment guidelines and dispose their solid and liquid waste in the city. However, according to board officials, it is extremely difficult to trace these plants as they operate secretly.
Now for the weather report. Karnataka is at a maximum of 25.3 degrees and can reach a minimum of 23.22 degrees at night. Bangalore is at a maximum of 23 degrees during the day and might reach a minimum of 21 degrees at night. Few layers of dark clouds could indicate Bangalore experiencing a few light showers. That's all the news we have for today. Keep watching BBN News.
Have a good day.